I call the talk Tipping the Scales in Motor Neurone Disease because it's a little bit of a play on words when it comes to the factors that can actually have a big impact on the rate of disease progression. The underlying factor in many of those studies is whether or not a person is losing weight. If you lose weight with motor neurone disease, chances are that you have a type of disease that's going to progress at a much faster rate. So tonight what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about what we've achieved in that time, what the Wesley has helped us to achieve during that time as well, and where I hope this is going to take us in the future. We're going to think outside of the box. We're going to look at what actually impacts people most, what drives the progression of their disease, and then we're going to focus on that pretty hard and see if we can come up with some treatments and some cures for MND. My research collaborator Shu has taken one step further, and she's now at a point where she's got a drug that can reverse this metabolic switch, and we're hoping to actually get that into a clinical trial very soon so that we can start on the progression for not just those patients, but hopefully it will also work for all patients with motor neurone disease. We developed what's called the EAT for MND project. Now, EAT for MND stands for Endocrine and Appetite Targets and Therapies for Motor Neurone Disease. Targets and therapies in there because we don't care just about what's causing the weight loss, we also want to do something about it. What we do have is a beautiful map of a person's brain, and we can actually see how strong their brain responds to food, where we're actually looking at the activity of people's brains with motor neurone disease in the context of appetite. We are working towards treating appetite as a way to not only improve weight maintenance in motor neurone disease, but also slow down the progression of disease.
So Parkinson's is basically caused by a loss of dopamine. It's caused by a loss of these dopamine producing neurons. There's a lot of inflammation that's associated with Parkinson's. This uncontrolled inflammation is really the key to what's emerging as a theme in most neurodegenerative diseases. So what we found was when we blocked this inflammasome pathway in the brain of people with Parkinson's, we could essentially elicit really strong neuroprotection. So we've focused on repurposed drugs, and the reason we do repurposing is because it can take up to 5 to 10 years to take a new drug from discovery in the lab all the way towards clinical trials. So 95% of drugs can fail in that process, which I found quite difficult to swallow. When you're a researcher working on a project for 8 years, you take it towards clinical trials and it fails. And the work that we've been funded by Wesley to do is evaluate this drug called nilvadipine. So nilvadipine is an antihypertensive drug. It's extremely safe. It was used to treat hypertension.